there's a lot of times it's what they're saying and also the emotion or the nostalgia that's associated with the songs too is just as important.
Yeah.
Which is why I think having your songs in a movie, like we were talking about earlier, is like such a big like dream of people to get your song to be a part of just a
Right.
big moment in someone's life. I don't know. I've been thinking about that a lot lately too. So working at
I've
this bar, I just hear a lot of nostalgic music like that. Are they mowing their lawn at night? What are they doing
is it
over
cutting down, are they
there?
cutting down a tree? The
What is that? Okay. Okay.
yeah, there's somebody's riding a dirt bike.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the dream. I have to say to anyone listening to this that Ryan is the reason that he dragged me
Oh,
he dragged me kicking and screaming into music.
I feel bad about that.
I thought music. Yeah, now my life is horrible.
I feel
But now I'm destined to never make any money or have any fulfillment in life. But that's not true. But Ryan
I didn't give
was
you a choice. I was like, we're making music.
he forced me into this music life. I definitely would not have done it. I was not
My bad.
trying to do it at all.
There we go. Did you see what happened there?
Yes, I did. No problem.
But actually,
problem.
the good thing, I might put this in the intro over the music, because I put audio clips.
Whatever you need.
Yeah, man.
At your
So,
service.
welcome to another episode of the Play Nice podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Andrew Nicewinder, and I'm here with my good friend, Greg, the quiet entertainer.
Yes. How's it going, Ryan?
I'm great, man. I had a day off, got to catch up on a bunch of stuff. Oh, hold on, air conditioner. There we go. So got to catch up on a bunch of backlogged graphic design stuff, and do some errands. And so yeah, man, I'm good. Been dealing with the new normal and adjusting, moving on, building. Trying to build something, and
Yeah. That is the life.
Yeah.
Always trying to build,
How are
for
you?
sure. I feel good. Doing the same thing. Today was my first day off of the week, so I'm excited to just not do anything. Try to sit still, lie still as much as possible. But yeah, I'm also trying to build. I mean, continue to build
Right.
what I've been doing for a long time that I'm excited about. What I have
Because
going on, I guess we can talk about it. But mostly today has just been me sitting still. I did go to the post office, but yeah, I watched Falcon and Winter Soldier, which was really good, and now we're doing this. It's pretty great.
nice. How is that? I don't have Disney Plus. I just don't care anymore.
Oh yeah,
Well, I haven't been a fan of the MCU. It for me it all kind of just went downhill after Age of Ultron. Like I thought
I
Ant-Man was
watched a
cool.
video where someone else named that movie as a turning point
Yeah.
in the franchise.
It's and my biggest problem is not that any of the movies are bad. I don't dislike any of the movies. They're not bad movies. And my biggest problem is that they're all fine. Like they're all just fine. They're fine movies. They're fun. They hit all the points. It's like it's a formula. It's repeated in every single movie. Insert character. And
Yeah, I like the formula, and I just hope they keep doing it. When people tell me they hate something because it's good, like to me, that's just I don't try to make sense of it. I just say, well, you know what, I disagree. It's good, and therefore I like it. I'm one of those people that will continue to watch the Fast and the Furious movies. Uh, I will watch every single one whenever they pump them out. Just keep cranking them out.
Right.
Even when Paul Walker passed, and
Yeah.
they decided to keep going, I was just like, you know what? If you're gonna keep going, I'm gonna continue to be here, because if you find something that works, just keep doing it over and over. That's what I'm trying to. I do. I'm so I can't even pretend that I'm not serious. I'm so serious about
It's
that. I love it.
I know.
I love it. And to answer your question directly, I really enjoy the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and it's different. They're doing this like they've been doing series with the with like Agents of Shield and Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and all that, but now they're doing it with like the characters that we really
Yeah.
like, and they really nailed it. And this one, is special because I really liked Falcon, Sam's character, and they're just it's like a mini sequel. It's like several sequels of like Civil War and Winter Soldier and all that. So I need it. I need it to continue, and I'm here for it. And I'm sad that it's too good for you to enjoy,
It's
or it's good, and
well,
that's why
no,
you hate it.
it's
It's so
fine.
funny.
I don't necessarily think it's good. I think it's fine. Like it's uh no, there are very few of them that I want to watch again. Is kind of where it's at. Where like um yeah, none of them I watched them and I was like, okay, cool, and like it's just nothing I really wanted to see again.
Well, it takes a special movie to you can't watch everything again and again.
Right. Yeah.
There is something to be said for that. Not every Marvel movie do I want to watch repeatedly, and there's few movies, as I look at how much time I waste in my life, there's few movies I can justifiably say I would watch again because it was so great. I need to keep watching it. Something happening with my video there, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
it paused, but the audio was great, so I just let it roll.
Yeah,
I
we'll
figured it
just
would
keep
catch back
rolling.
up.
Well, there's wireless internet for you,
I know
so
the
there's
modern
technology.
age. It
Yeah, it's fine. Wireless internet is just fine. I wouldn't want to do it again or go through it again or anything.
right.
I hear you.
It's but actually the thing that entertains me the most about the Marvel movies and the and everything is everyone's opinions about it. I do kind of enjoy hearing everyone's opinions. It kind of cracks me up, and uh, being out in Los Angeles, kind of around a lot of the drama and everything.
The drama. See, so you live in
Yeah,
a special in a like a foreign world to me. Like I don't know
yeah,
anything about that.
about drama.
We're excited.
Yeah,
Someone from my
I
acting
was
class.
actually in a season of Agents of Shield, like as a regular on background. It was the dystopian future one where they were living inside the blown up Earth. You know what I'm talking about?
No,
It
I
was
haven't. I don't think
it
I've
was
seen it.
a couple seasons ago. Yeah, I was. That was a cool show. They bounced my fitting check. That was fun. So
Oh, wow.
thanks Disney. You bounced a check.
Wow. Wait, so you were in like every episode? You were in one episode?
No, I was in like 6
Okay.
or 7. It was I was part of the the background, but the the dystopian Earthlings wandering around their shop trading trinkets covered in dirt.
Wow. Well, I
The
can I can go like see it. I can go look it
Oh
up
yeah,
and
yeah.
see you. Cool.
Yeah, it's on there. You'll see me walking around carrying stuff. Like
Wow.
they have us carrying just like random stuff. They're like, take this basket and walk over there.
Nice. Well,
it's it's so
showbiz.
ridiculous. The yeah, but it was fun. Being on set there was fun. I doing background isn't always fun. They're not always nice to non-union background, but Agents of Shield was fun to work on. So, no complaints about on-set stuff for there.
It's cool, man. No
You
complaints.
you were talking about acting classes with.
Oh, just so you were just talking about being in Los Angeles and all the drama,
Oh
and
yeah.
how far removed I am from that. And I was going to say, we're excited over here in Tennessee because someone from my acting class is in the show, is in the Winter Soldier show,
Oh,
and
nice, nice.
we are all like kind of celebrating, like, yeah, someone is in the show and has like made it into this cinematic universe. And
Yeah.
you're very nonchalant, like, oh yeah, it's nice. It's kind of cracks me up to hear
Well,
people talking about this what you think is such a fairy tale universe. It's just drama over here. So I was just noting
yeah.
that audibly.
And the weird thing is because like background out here, it's like anybody can do it. Like you need money, don't want to go through a job interview. The less tattoos you have, the better. You just show up at Central Casting, get your picture taken. You can start working like sometimes that day. Um, and
Yeah.
so sometimes the work's cool, sometimes it's not. I've kind of aged out of most of the like cooler stuff, and like I'm a little too alternative looking for my age range. So background just stopped being fun, especially for non-union. Um,
Wow. I've never heard of that. I've never heard anyone talk about that, but I guess that would be a thing. Age range and being alternative looking.
yeah,
I mean, I just deal with being black, so it's just like, oh, what would a black guy be doing in the 50s, you know, at this party where everyone else is white, um, you know, stuff like that.
yeah.
I don't get every single call, so I deal with it. It's
The
fine though.
they'd work you a lot out here.
I bet. I bet.
I feel like you would be. Feel like they would love you.
Yeah, no tattoos.
Yeah,
I've kept it. I've kept it clean,
you are
just in
much.
case.
You are much smarter than I, my friend.
Oh.
I wanted employment to be difficult.
Well, it's already difficult enough for me, so I was just trying to give myself every opportunity. Um,
I I know. Yeah.
Nobody's really hiring 42-year-old black guy right now,
No.
except for some places, warehouses and bars, I guess.
Yeah. And how open are you guys?
Uh, I wouldn't say I. We're pretty close to 100% open. All the main difference from before when we were closed was that all the bars and restaurants and stuff were closed or had different hours. Now everything is open at their regular hours, and the only thing that still is kind of weird is not everyone is at full capacity, and you still have to wear a mask for most places. There's still signs up that say, please, you're required to wear a mask or so on, and
Okay.
capacity. But it's kind of open for I'd say it's almost like it was, other than those few things. But I only hang out in bars and places like that. So music venues are still not open. There's still like not a lot of shows, but most music venues were bars in the first place. And
Right.
so that's the last thing that we're waiting on, is for all the music spots to open up. Um,
Uh.
and
Are
for bars that were having live music, I don't understand how live music causes COVID, but
right.
uh, the
And
just the capacity, like people gathering around in like one place, I guess, is what they're trying to avoid. But
are you
it's
are y'all
happening at
gonna
the
start
bars.
some outdoor stuff since it's starting to warm up there a little? Is that on
Yeah,
the
I have seen. So the basement and the east room, I've seen, are starting to do outdoor shows on like their porch or their patio. Like they will
nice?
have the band set up there, and you I can go stand in the parking lot. But I don't want to go. Like, I went to the Basement East, opened up and had a show. They had shows like indoors and outdoors, and it was still like they're enforcing social distancing. And I just don't want to think about that when I'm at a show. And it was just weird. So I think I'm still going to wait out a lot of that. But yeah, some places are starting to do that, but some places still haven't opened up at all. Like Exit In
Yeah.
famously was about to get shut down, but I think they're going to fight it and try to hang in there. But some of these venues didn't make it. Like some aren't coming back, so it's really weird.
Man, that's so weird. And I didn't really think about it, uh, about the social distancing aspect during a concert. Like, because I've followed a lot of comedians lately, and so I know like Zanies is still open,
Yeah,
and so some like, cause I love like Josh Wolf and Theo Vaughn, and they actually both just moved to Nashville, uh, and for taxes and and the fact that the comedy club was still open. And,
yeah.
and social distancing isn't necessarily a problem in comedy clubs because yeah, you can just
You have
seat
to sit
like
down. Yeah,
yeah, you sit down, but when your like purpose is to move people and to connect with people, and it, you know, it's sort of this symbiotic relationship between you and the crowd and the crowd and the crowd, and oh yeah, man,
yeah.
like
I went and saw a
stay
DJ.
away.
I saw a
Man.
DJ playing, and it was seated. The floor was had seating and tables, and so you had to sit at your table. And you could sit down if you had a drink. You could take your mask off to drink it, but if you were standing up, you had to have your mask on. And if you were standing up, you couldn't go like, you still had to be like 6 feet apart from anybody, and you couldn't stand too close to another table. And I just got exhausted mentally thinking about
How
like whatever I had to do to like try to enjoy. And it's a DJ, so you're supposed to be dancing. So some people were like dancing at their table or whatever, and I just thought this is still too weird. If this were an acoustic show or like some kind of thing where you could sit down and listen, like a lot of theaters, I've seen bands that play at like theaters and different stuff like that. Like that's fine, but I don't know. I'm. It's still gonna be a while before I think like music is back, unless it's a place like I'm DJing tomorrow night at a bar,
awesome.
and it's a bar that is not trying to enforce like those type of rules, which some people have a problem with. But I'm just gonna
Right.
go and I'm just gonna go do it and see what it is and
Florida.
see
Florida,
what it
man.
goes. Is Florida completely open that you've seen?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm I'm seriously, yeah, I'm seriously thinking about moving to Florida. Um because
For taxes?
yeah, taxes. And since the lockdown and everything, it's just it sucked every ounce of fun out of LA. I mean, it's not like I was out partying and anything like that, but it's just weird here now. Like
Yeah.
I don't really know how else to describe it other than it's just weird now.
Yeah,
Um
it's a lot of restrictions. You think Florida is
yeah.
kind of going to be like California without the restrictions?
Yeah, it kind of already is.
I
There
read a
are
blog. Oh, go ahead.
there are some other, you know, like Andrew Schultz. He took his whole crew down to Miami, and so
He just came here. He just was at Zany's too.
yeah, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, he's super funny. Do you know have you listened
I've
to
just
any of
seen
his
some of
stuff?
his videos.
Okay,
I've seen some of his videos that are more popular, but I didn't go to. I know some people that went and saw him at Zany's. If I leave the house, it's usually for work now or something
right,
like that. Um, but yeah, I'm familiar with him for sure.
nice.
I was gonna say I read a blog post where they were talking about in this time because more and more job and workplaces are going to be remote, that people are going to move to places like Texas, Florida, Tennessee, and so on because of the taxes and because of like the living situation where the weather is more constant.
Yep.
And he named like 5 states that people should look out for, like people moving there. But and yeah, Tennessee was one. And
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, I can see that. So we're
If
still growing in population, which is wild to me.
Yeah, Nashville is it's getting very populated. I just I can't do the weather out there, man. Like if I never see snow again, it'll be too soon.
Right. Yeah, I hate
it's
it. I hate snow.
it's
I hate everything about it.
keep the seasons, man. I mean that's one of the reasons why I I love living in Southern California, which is why it's very hard for me because I don't really want to leave, but also I'm trying to build a business and start doing things like because I'm doing graphic design and like production stuff and I hope to actually be making money doing that like full time soon and like I can't afford the taxes in Los Angeles for for an independent business owner, and even in
Yeah.
California as a whole is still like ridiculous. So I'm like, man, I love Southern California, but do I love it that much? Because getting older, I'm finding that I might want stuff,
Oh yeah.
a little
Oh
bit more than
man.
I have now. you know,
Yeah. There's
like
something like it. I'm 42, as you know, and I still live. I have a roommate and everything. It's just like, man, I might want to think about branching
having
out, like having my own place or
right.
something.
It's
And it's just like, it's hurting my dating life. It's hurting like everything. Man, it's just like I just want to, But it is what it is. We do what we have to.
yeah. I mean, I'm 40 and I live in a studio apartment, which isn't much better than having a roommate, but at least because I just live in a box, like
Yeah. Amen.
But hey, I do have one coveted thing in Los Angeles, which is a parking spot. Uh,
Whew.
no one here gets parking with their apartments. It's super weird. But I actually have a parking space, so
Wow.
huzzah!
That does sound pretty nice.
Yep.
Just having a place where you can store your car, like having a
Right.
vehicle. I've heard having a vehicle in and of itself is just another huge luxury we take for granted. And like
Yeah.
parking is it's a thing.
How is parking out there where you're at? Is it
It used to be so much better than it is now, but I'm not going to complain about it right now. It used to
okay?
be it, paying for parking is one of those things I just refuse to do anyway. And
Me
so
too.
any time that I have to go to a place that is difficult to park at, I always have, I'll scout it out for like a couple days and like figure out like where would I park, what would I do, and so on. And
Make a
for the
plan.
most part, yeah, for the most part, I haven't had to do anything wild. There's always a place to park, or there's always like, okay, these people don't tow until 8 o'clock the next day, or these people, aren't going to tow you unless you do. And I've had to learn a lot of that stuff. I wouldn't say it's bad yet, but I can feel it coming as more things are being built and more areas are being like torn or like we're losing a lot of that
Yeah.
parking real estate. It's gonna get worse, and
I
so
yeah, I was curious because you had mentioned the growth in Nashville, and I was like, okay, growth with with parking. Like, for some reason, that's the one thing. The more cities grow, the less you are able to park. Uh,
I'm used to parking on the street and parking in like other businesses parking lots, and there are parking garage. Some places are building hotels, and some places are building parking garages. And I don't even like to use parking garage, like any place where they like you take a ticket and you give money just so you can park. It just I hate it. But yeah, they're being
I
built,
agree.
and with Lyft and Uber, I mean, there's just ways to avoid having to park. So I would if I had to. So downtown, I just don't ever go downtown. That's the other secret to parking.
Right.
If I had to go downtown, I would just take a Lyft or Uber, and I try to do it at non-peak times. I might plan my whole day around it, and that's the other thing. You can park as close as you can get to the place you're going, and then take a Lyft
Or
to the
yeah,
place. That's how I've gotten away with it. But a lot of times, I just don't leave the house too. That's the other secret to success. It's just don't
yep.
ever leave your house.
Great way to save money.
Hell yeah,
That
that's all I'm doing.
fortunately, for me, the good thing about not being able to go anywhere is not spending any money. And
Oh yeah.
so now that things are starting to normalize a little bit, and I have stuff coming in, uh, yeah, things are. But yeah, things are. Even though things are weird here now with this, it's still looking up. Though I'm excited for the future.
Your future in California or your future in
My
Florida? Like
future
how is
my
that?
future in general. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know exactly know where it is. Probably end up in the Bahamas eventually. I hope. But the
Bahamas,
next
man.
step. I don't know, man. Florida. Uh, I don't know. Nevada might be cool. Uh, they have
Nevada.
that. Yeah, I wouldn't
Okay.
mind. I wouldn't mind moving out. If I stay in California, like I'd be down to live someplace like Joshua Tree, like out in the desert.
Okay. I never thought about living in a desert area, but that's I feel you, man. I follow some people I follow have moved out to Arizona or
Oh yeah,
have
Ashley.
moved to Costa Rica and stuff. So like I keep tabs on their lifestyle, and it's pretty nice. Seems to be nicer than my own, but I wonder if just the grass is greener.
Yeah. Do you remember Ashley, from Johnson?
Ashley from Johnson, the one
Yeah.
Ashley. What
Yeah.
was her?
Peck. Her last name's Longnecker now. Uh,
What was it before?
Peck, I think.
I don't think I knew her. Maybe she. That doesn't sound familiar.
She was
Sorry, Ashley,
in.
if
I'm
you're
probably. I
watching.
could be. It's Longnecker now. Anyway, her and her husband Jonathan live out in Arizona, and they're building a really cool building out of basically like sandbags,
Oh wow,
and so they've been
like a
putting it
bunker.
on. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like, yeah, it's super. It's super cool. Yeah, we
I don't think I know
randomly.
Ashley.
Yeah, it's a Tiny Shiny Home. Yeah, shout out Tiny Shiny Home. Cool channel. If they have a fun YouTube uh, where it shows them building their a hyper Adobe building. They used to live in a Airstream, driving around the country.
Huh? Look at that. All right, that'll be cool. Yeah, mobile
Yeah,
lifestyle.
I'm.
That would be nice.
It would be.
We're just daydreaming now. I like
I
it.
know. Get like Tom Green. That's what he's doing. Like, he's in a van with his dog. He's got a recording studio. He just drives around to the national parks and podcasts and writes songs and hangs out with his dog Charlie.
Wow, it's not bad.
No,
Not bad. Have you ever done a tour, Ryan?
not since the one that I did with Nathan way back in the day.
That's that's a little different, but yeah, I'm guessing Tom Green is living that type of life. You stop, to go number two, and you
Yeah.
stop at different little spots to get your stuff done and your internet and so on.
Yep.
Just sky's the limit.
Yeah, Tom. Shout out to Tom Green, man. He were you a Tom Green fan?
No, I can't say that I was, but he was a pop culture
Okay.
icon, so
He
unavoidable.
yeah. I was a huge Tom Green fan. Um
I was aware. I'd say I was more aware of Tom Green and appreciated and understood Tom Green. I can't say I was a fan.
okay.
He had a lot of moments where I was just like, I don't get it. It's kind of like Will Ferrell, where I, okay, yeah, this is funny, or I can see why people really liked this, and then sometimes just like, man, I'm not gonna quote that 10 years later, or I'm not going to. I don't get it. Um,
Yeah,
so
Will
yeah,
Ferrell's a place and time for me.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's I'm very fond of the early 2000s Will Ferrell when, that was super fun.
He had like a good string
Yeah, yeah, the
of movies and moments, and then yeah, I lost interest. Kind of like Adam Sandler.
right.
Um, it's like had a great run of home runs, and then suddenly a bunch of singles and walks,
And
a couple
but
of bunts.
I'm glad he's still doing it though, man. Like I'm
Yeah,
not always watching him, but
I
I'm
don't. Yeah, don't
I'm
quit. Don't
don't
stop.
don't
Yeah,
stop, man.
don't.
Like
Yeah, exactly.
I am when I pull up Netflix and there's a new Adam Sandler movie on that I'm not gonna watch. I'm like, dude, I'm so glad that he's still doing this. Like,
That you're not gonna watch.
yeah,
I just
like,
want like
but
actually
I'm
he put
I'm
out
glad it's
some.
there. I want it to be there, even though I'm not gonna watch it.
I did just watch um, something. I think because he like produces movies now. I think
Yeah.
he just did a David Spade movie with some the actress, the woman actor. I can't remember her name, but she and him are in. She's like the crazy. He makes a mistake and calls
Oh
her
yeah,
on
yeah.
accident.
The wrong Missy, or the
Yeah, that sounds like that's what it was. That
yeah,
was enjoyable, but it has that same. Speaking of formulas,
yeah,
that had a very similar formula to like the early Adam Sandler movies.
right.
I enjoyed that. It's just good entertainment. It's entertainment.
Yeah. The
We're entertained.
it's not Adam Sandler, but a new Netflix thing. Did you watch Bad Trip, the Eric Andre movie?
No, I haven't seen that.
It's do you like Eric Andre? Uh,
Just another guy that I am aware of,
okay,
and everyone else worships at the altar. I'm
the
not there yet. I think he's
I w-
funny though.
I was gonna ask because if you're not really a fan of his comedy, you might not like the movie. And so, but it's still cool. It's done the same way Johnny Knoxville did Bad Grandpa. Where
Oh,
where it's a like there's a plot running through the whole movie, and then you're going out in public and acting out all these scenes and getting real reactions from people all around. So it's done in the same way Bad Grandpa was.
oh, no, was not familiar with that.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
the last thing I saw was Johnny Knox, because maybe this has changed since we were hanging out in person. I'm a huge Jackie Chan fan now,
Okay, cool.
and I know Johnny Knoxville did a movie with Jackie Chan, and it's really like under the radar because Jackie Chan went into that.
Oh, what is it called? I think I've heard of it, but not like I
It's
hadn't
I
seen it.
I can't remember the name
Oh,
of it. Okay, it's
oh,
on net, or it was on net. I saw it on Netflix,
okay. I'll have
and
to. I'll check it out.
Jackie Chan did a string of movies where he's like the action like straight guy, and he did it with like a funny person.
Yeah,
After the success of Rush Hour, he like did a whole string of movies like that.
yeah. The
And so
one
he
with
did
Owen
he did
Wilson.
one with he did Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights with Owen Wilson. That's probably the most successful Rush Hour spinoff or whatever of that
Right.
concept. But he did a movie with Johnny Knoxville, and I just can't think of the name of it. Tripwire or something. Something like that. I'd have to look
I
it
can
up for
imagine that
this.
would be a good combination. Like even if it's a bad movie, if the stunts are kind of cool, like
I,
I imagine
uh,
it still being fun to watch.
like I said, I'm a super fan now, and so I can't even say that I didn't like it. I liked the movie. Um, I'm not trying to watch it again, but if it were on and I needed
Yeah.
something to watch, I would watch it. I thought it was pretty good. I can't let this for anyone listening to this podcast. I don't want to leave you hanging, so I'm just sitting here searching for the name of this movie as we sit here. Skip
Ah.
Trace. It's called Skip Trace.
Okay. Okay.
And it's Jackie Chan and Johnny Knoxville.
Okay. Nice. Skip Trace.
So
Yeah, I'll have
I feel
to.
better.
I tend to rewatch a lot of TV shows. Um, Bob's Burgers is I watch that every day.
My number one rewatch is still Star Trek: The Next Generation. I can
Nice.
watch an episode of that at any moment, at any day. I can watch it.
Dude, Jonathan Frakes is a really cool guy. I mean, I don't know if he like he was very nice to me. Like I don't know, like I got to meet him once. He was awesome. I got into Star Trek after meeting him.
Oh wow, yeah. I have only ever met. I went to a Comic Con or Wizard World or whatever, and I met LeVar Burton, and it did not go well, and it's very
Damn.
very traumatic, very traumatizing, and I'm scared to meet anyone else from
Oh
Star
man,
Trek. But I still love Star Trek. I've looking back on it, I think I probably freaked him out.
you probably scared
I
scared
probably
the shit
scared
out
him.
of the poor guy.
It was bad.
the
I'm not proud of myself. I'm not proud of how I acted. I
Oh
was
yeah.
really I was really excited though, and I just looked back. I was like, I've never done that because I've met some famous people,
Now I want to
and
know. Now I want to
I've just
know. Walk
never.
me.
Well, look.
What
So
happened? Now I want to know. Let's.
well, look. I'll tell you the whole story because this is just an unusual thing. I've met all my favorite. And the only other time I was this bad was I met DJ Shadow, as you know, and that didn't go well either. But it wasn't as bad as this, because this
Yeah.
I knew I was going to meet DJ Shadow, so I had time to prepare.
Right.
This was so my best friend back home, Alex. Shout out to Alex.
What's up, Alex?
He's a veteran of Comic Cons and different conventions and different things like that, all the conferences, and he he's an autograph collector. He goes and he just meets all these celebrities, gets their autograph, and so on. He has just books and hanging on the wall and everything. So he came to Nashville to, I forget who his main autograph he was gonna get, but he frequently he's in line and gets these autographs. So I met him and we were in line he was going to get the autograph of Eliza Dushku, who's an actor.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Faith
I don't know all the
from.
things she's in, but I think she was in like Alias and a bunch of Joss
She.
Whedon stuff.
Yeah, yeah. The Dollhouse. Dollhouse.
Dollhouse, yeah, she was the main person in Dollhouse. And I was just like, okay, that's cool. We can meet Eliza Dushku. I don't know, I'm not that excited to meet her like that, but she, I've watched Dollhouse and
Right.
a bunch of movies she was in. I was like, okay, I'm standing in line with him. Now at this convention was all the Star Trek Next Generation people were going to be at this convention, but just not like, later on that day, I wasn't expecting to ever get close enough to meet any of them. And I definitely didn't pay the money to get like an autograph thing or whatever. And so we're standing in line to get Eliza Dushku's autograph and so on. And Alex taps me on the shoulder. He's like, hey, Greg, isn't that Commander Data over there? And I turned around and, just probably 20 feet away is the guy. He's standing right there is Brent Spiner, standing right there.
Nice.
And something came over me, just a rumbling, just a a feeling I had never felt before, and I realized I was about to run over and grab him, and I stopped myself. I didn't move, and I felt myself tensing up, and I just like, if I do anything, I'm gonna run over and like hug him or grab him. I'm gonna do something bad right now, and I just like I'm frozen. I was just like, if I like nobody touch me, nobody talk to me, or I'm gonna lose control. And he's like, aren't you gonna? Don't you want to like wave or say hello? I'm just like, stop! Don't say anything. Stop it. And it was bad. I'm like sweating. I was like, what am I gonna do? So I had to, I got out of line. I had to leave the area. I left. And what I didn't realize, I walked right into this huge room where all the other Next Generation people were there in like at their booths, like taking autographs and giving autographs and taking pictures and stuff. And like I walked right towards it. So this is like the entire like bridge crew, other than Captain Picard, other than Patrick Stewart. So, and a couple of people, nobody was in their line, and one of the people was LeVar Burton. And now LeVar Burton, I don't know if you've seen the episode of Community where Donald Glover's character Troy is talking about meeting LeVar Burton or wanting to meet LeVar Burton. Like that is very real for like young, black men of a certain age. Like LeVar Burton is the guy. He is. He's Reading Rainbow. He's Geordi LaForge. He's Roots. He's Kunta. He's all these guys, and it's just like
I hope he gets.
He Jeopardy. Is. He is.
I hope he gets Jeopardy, man. Like I would.
He's still in the pop culture. He's still up there to a lot of people.
Loves him.
Yes. So he's sitting right there with nobody in his line. And I walked up, and there's security and everything, but I just walked right. You can talk your way past almost anything, I feel like, because I walked right up to the security person. I was like, look, I don't have any money. And I don't want an autograph or a picture, but I have to go. I have to just walk right here for a minute and just say hello. And they let me pass. They let me walk right up to his booth. I was just like, hi, LeVar Burton. I can't believe I said this. Hi, LeVar Burton, and then he was just like, hi. And I was just like, hey, look, I'm Greg. And I just want to thank you for coming to Nashville. And I'm a huge fan. He's like, well, thank you very much. And I was just like, well, wow, what have you been doing since, Star Trek? He's just like, well, just acting and directing, and every answer, I'm like super excited, but every answer he was just like, yes, I'm acting and directing. And I was just like, wow, well, is there anything I can watch, or like, what's like the latest thing you've been working on? He's just like, well, I'm Reading Rainbow. Like, and he said everything like that. Well, Reading Rainbow, acting and directing. I was like, wow, well, okay, well, and I was just really embarrassed now, because now I'm just like, I realize I'm like talking, like scream. I don't know if I'm screaming he's not giving me anything. I was just okay, well, I guess, hey, just nice to meet you, and this was great, and I reached out to shake his hand, and he responded with the fist bump. And so he didn't want to shake my hand, and he didn't want to like engage with me like that. And I just kind of like, then I just like got it. And I was just like, oh, and I fist bumped him, and I was it was deflating. And I start to walk away. He just said, no, what was your name again? And I just said, I'm Greg. And he just like, well, it was nice to meet you, Greg. And I just kind of walked away, and I was just like, what just happened? Like, I thought he didn't want to, wasn't he excited to meet me? And, he meets people all the time, and they're all excited and all that stuff. But I was just like, man, that was different. I didn't expect it. And I'm scared to have another interaction with it. And right after, and I knew I wasn't crazy, because right after that, like, and I'm walking just defeated. I was going to go back and find my friend at Eliza Dushku. And I see the booth for, and I'm so bad. I don't know this guy's name, but he played Apollo in Battlestar Galactica.
Okay, I don't know.
It's like Jamie something. I forget his actor name, but he had a booth there, and he was just standing there, and I was just like, oh, it's Apollo. and I'll just, and the security I was already long past security. It's like they're just letting me walk free around here because I'm not like asking for autographs or pictures. And so I just walk up, and he's just like, "Oh, hey, man!" And maybe he saw what happened with LeVar Burton, because anyone could have seen. I made a huge scene at LeVar Burton, so maybe he saw that, and he just was real excited. And he was like, "Hey, man, it's great to see you. How you doing?" And and he like reached out and shook my hand. It was really great. And he's just like talking. He's like, "Oh man, yeah, I love Battlestar. I'm doing other shows right now, but I had such a great time with Battlestar. And I just asked, I was like, what about that ending? And he was like, well, some people like it, some people don't. And so we were talking about Battlestar, and we had like a good conversation. And I just looked in the contrast. I just thought, well, why couldn't I have talked to LeVar Burton about Geordie? I didn't. He was just like didn't want to talk to me. So I just felt bad. And LeVar Burton, if you're listening to this podcast, hey, sorry I freaked you out. Maybe we can sit down or not. Whatever. It's all good. You're safe. Right. You are safe from me.
I've embarrassed myself in front of a few people. But when I met Jonathan Frakes, it was just I actually didn't talk to him about Star Trek. I was just like, I just walked up to him and I was like, dude, I love gargoyles. And he was like, right? He was like, that show is too good for TV. And then like we kind of chit-chatted about gargoyles for a second. And then I was like, oh my God, that guy's awesome. And so, that's when I actually started getting into Star Trek. And then
I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about him other than Star Trek. Is he in a show called Gargoyles?
Yeah, Gargoyles. Does he make it? He was one of the producers. He played the bad guy in Gargoyles, the Xanatos or Xanto. Anyway, he's like evil Tony Stark. And he's always trying to fight the gargoyles and learn their secrets. It's a really good show. If you have not seen Disney's Gargoyles, I highly recommend it.
We are endorsing a lot of shows.
Yes.
Here on this podcast, I'm for it.
It might be on Disney Plus. It's a Disney show.
Okay.
So it might be on there. I don't have Disney. Anyway, but I've embarrassed myself in front of a few people. Jason Swartzman, like when I saw him, I was just like, Fantastic Mr. Fox was good.
That's like there's a Chris Farley like skit, like recurring character that he did. Do you remember that?
No.
On SNL? On SNL, Chris Farley had a recurring character where he would get celebrities on his talk show, and he was just like, remember that movie? Like that was good. It's like that. I remember, like that was funny.
It's like that's
what it sounds like.
That's all I could think of. Like I just froze, and because it was literally one of the last movies I just saw before seeing him. Like I didn't even talk to him about Coconut Records, like because I love his music. I don't know if you or
no, I had no idea that he did music at all.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it in a while, but like he had some really good albums out under the alias Coconut Records.
No, I didn't know that.
He's because he's a drummer. He played drum for the band that did the theme song for the OC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
California. Good for him.
Yeah. Anyway, he's been doing music.
Big money.
As long as he's been acting. So
I've been thinking about. So I did. Somebody sent me a video of what if Smallville's like the Avengers, like Smallville style, and they had that band playing that song, like Somebody Save Me. And I just thought, whatever happened to that band? They're probably like, because that was a 11, 12 season show where that song just played every time. And I just thought, man, they got to be making bank on that one song.
Royalties.
What's that band doing now, or what are the band members doing now?
Yeah, The
And I thought about the New Radicals, how they have like a whole album, and I've only ever heard that one song, and they have like all this other music out there. And I was just like, what are they doing? Like, what's I was thinking about little bands like that. Like, what's going on?
I was thinking about something similar, like Smash Mouth, like because the song All Star,
Yeah,
like came on. I'm like, that song is literally in everything,
yeah,
and
yeah. What
so
a song! What an iconic. I feel like they had other songs, and
they're
they
every
were gonna be like,
all of their other songs were better. I like because I actually kind of liked their first album, and that was probably my least favorite song on the album. Like it was the most like poppy, catchy stuff. Like I don't know the which is, I think it's funny.
every wait. So this is you're schooling me about Smash Mouth right now. You're saying that that song is on their first album
Or I don't remember
and
or one
no other
of their
song.
no yeah I mean it was either their first or second album that song was on.
I remember someone saying something similar about Sugar Ray. Okay. And
Yeah.
they were like, man, yeah, their stuff before this was way better. And, now they just sound like this pop band. And I went, years later, I just remember like more than one person saying that. But I remember just going back and I was like, you know what? I'm going to listen to the first Sugar Ray record. And I didn't like it at all. I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, I'm so glad they went pop. Like this sounds great now. Like they sound just so catchy now. Like what are they doing? So the same kind of band, just out there.
Yeah, it was released on May 4th, 1999.
What you're talking about?
Talking about
All Star?
All Star.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's a good song. It's a good song. And
Yeah.
yeah, it is in every movie.
It's
It's in all the shows.
I mean, and that's the dream, of all musicians to like
Get your song in a movie.
yeah. I mean to get even just one song, that
Yeah.
people actually like and play and cuz you've been at it for quite a while.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the dream. I have to say to anyone listening to this that Ryan is the reason that he dragged me
Oh.
kicking he dragged me kicking and screaming into music.
I feel bad
I
about that
I
too.
thought music, yeah, now my life is horrible.
I feel
But now I'm destined to never make any money or have any fulfillment in life. But that's not true. He, but
I didn't, I
Ryan
didn't give you a
was
choice. I was like, we're making music.
he forced me into this music life. I definitely would not have done it. I was not
My bad.
trying to do it at all. But I used to just talk about it. I used to just dream about, the mythical creatures that did music, like how different I was from them and how just what must it be like to be that type of person. And Ryan truly, I don't know why. I'm sure just because he needed a DJ or he
No, I
needed
saw it, man.
whatever.
I
But he
saw.
really saw, like, he really like forecasted and pushed me towards this thing that I have become now. And I have to thank you publicly here on Wax, Ryan. I really appreciate you, man. And
Dude,
thanks a lot.
you are so welcome. I really did. That's one of the reasons. Yeah, I'm sorry. Why I pushed so hard is because I saw it. Like I saw there was just something special, like with uh, the passion that you had for music and like the education of music, because you didn't just really like music, you loved music, and you loved like the history of music, and that's actually one of the things that I thank you for, is because you really opened my eyes to like the history of DJing and turntablism and the other elements of hip hop, when we were making music back in the day. So thank you for that, because without you introducing me to especially like turntablism, like I never would have gotten into dudes like Madlib or MF Doom, like because you actually introduced me to Madlib, like back in the
Wow.
day. Is
Wow.
way back with one of those early 2000s, like one of those like Keep in Time remixes, back with like Cut
Oh yeah,
Keys
Madlib was on. Yeah, he was part of
DJ
that Keeping
Shadow.
Tab Time project. Yeah, um, that's so funny because, well, first of all, thank you for saying that, and no problem. No, but it's funny you say that because I was learning about all of that at the same time that you
Okay.
are saying that you discovered it from me, and not because I was just, and it was all pretty new back then. It was all like the internet was kind of new still,
Yeah.
and we were all just discovering, like everybody was on this huge music discovery renaissance of Napster and LimeWire, file sharing, all that stuff was just everybody. You were collecting your own
Yeah.
treasure troves of music, and
And
so it was a very exciting
records,
time.
and
Yeah.
actual records, like, because that's when I mean, that was one of my favorite hobbies back in college was going digging.
Oh yeah, that was. I realized. So I have a record collection still, some records that I got from college from back then.
Yeah.
I
That's
realized
awesome.
I also have a lot of trash records, a lot of records that are just not good at all that I
Yeah.
got at the same time. And I realized it was a very expensive hobby.
Yeah.
And like to get good records, to get like
Right.
records that you would play, you had to be either very lucky or you just had to have a lot of money or just a budget for it. That I wasn't
Right.
very good at budgeting. It was just like, wow, to keep this up, I would have to really commit to it and commit to just this keeping records and stuff. I like my record buying days, and I still, we have good record shops here in Nashville, but I don't just go every day and hang out at the record shop anymore when there's so much music on the internet, or there's so much music not in record stores that are
Right.
not being distributed in that way. And I didn't, I what I'm really thankful for are podcasts and just YouTube and everything. I've been able to
YouTube.
listen. Yeah, YouTube. I've been able to listen to so many musicians talk about music and talk about records. And hearing DJ Shadow, like recently, like a year or two ago, just talk about how the medium of the music isn't as important as the music, and we get caught up in the is this vinyl or is this cassette or whatever. And I just finding music wherever it is and like connecting with it if it connects with you. And I hadn't ever been able to articulate that, but that is the challenge for me, is just finding a way to stay connected to music wherever you find it, and not, it doesn't have to always be at the record store. But I,
Yeah.
just wherever you're.
Say that again. That was powerful. The
Well, no,
the
I don't remember how I just said it, but just the important thing is the medium where you hear the music, whether it's record or cassette or whatever, is not as important as the music itself. And so, whatever medium that you use to listen to music, just what you use, whatever works for you, and just make the music the most important thing, or the thing that it's just because it's not on vinyl doesn't mean it's bad. It's just another way to listen to music. It's just recorded music, whatever the medium is. And he was saying in that interview, because people were complaining about vinyl and, oh, it's not on vinyl, or you don't use actual records to scratch or to produce and so on. And he was talking, because he did a radio show using just cassettes, and he did
oh,
another
oh, that's cool.
podcast mix using just music he found on Bandcamp, and
Oh,
just being able to move back and forth from medium to medium was powerful. And he's like, you're going to miss out on a lot of music if you are limiting yourself just to vinyl or just to, because he was sampling off of like everywhere. Like he finds something on the radio or on cassette or on Bandcamp or Spotify or whatever, and just finding it and listening to it and connecting with it. And so, yeah, I just like, oh, you're not a real DJ because you're not using records or whatever. But we're all just playing recorded music, and just
Right.
wherever that music is recorded, that's where you have to find a way to utilize technology. Because even
It's
before vinyl, we were listening to music some other way. I don't know um, how they did it before vinyl, but still, yeah.
yeah, those little metal things with the little, I don't know what they're called. Anyway, the
Little
no,
Victrolas or something. I don't know. Something.
but no, exactly, which is kind of cool as an artist because it means that all you got to do is like you know put it out there. Just make it
Yeah.
available for
Make it
people
available.
to listen to.
That is
And
my biggest struggle still. I'm still working on that, but that is for real.
the yeah, I mean, I recently have within the last year or so put out my old music that wasn't available digitally. I mean, nobody really listens to it, but it makes me feel good knowing that it's there. Like it's easy to point to in this modern era. You can actually go to my website and click under the music tab, and it'll link you to the music I've made. And so that is kind of the cool part, but also a bad part because everyone can upload everything. So a lot of times, truly talented people often get lost in the shuffle. You know.
I don't blame the internet. Like it's not
Oh
the
no,
internet's fault
no,
if
not
a
at all.
talented person gets lost. We just
I
have
think
to
it's a great
find.
opportunity. I look at it as I'm not mad that I get lost in the shuffle, but it does give me a little bit of lingering hope because it's out there. Someone could actually like it enough. The right person could like it enough to share it to the right person that shares it to the right person.
When you upload this podcast, I need to share it, but I also need to remind people that we did a record together, the first record that have ever been a part of, the Ill Gravy record. And so I feel like is it like a Google Drive link you sent me once, or it's out
Oh,
there
with
somewhere?
the music on it? Yeah,
Yes.
it should be on the email. If not, just let me know. I'll send it again.
I I feel like I have it in my email. I want to make sure people can catch that if they want to.
Ill Gravy.
That's the classic one.
Ill Gravy. One of the best group names ever.
I can't hate on it. Like no one's ever come after that with something similar. Like
Nope.
we cornered the market on gravy, I think.
I think so. It just sounds so cool too. Uh, I will. Uh, Actually, if you don't care, I'll put it on Bandcamp. Throw it up
I
there.
don't care.
Cool.
I don't care whatever's easiest. I do want to
Make it
uh
accessible.
I want to make sure. I mean, I could talk to you about this later, but I want to make sure whoever tries to listen to it that I can see who they are. But I
Oh,
can figure that out on my own. Yeah, if you put it on Bandcamp, it's. I thought there was a bank. I thought we had an Old Gravy Bandcamp page already. I could have sworn we set that up a long time ago. I got to.
I don't.
I may be mistaken though.
There was a MySpace one. I know. Our
Yeah.
the Ill Gravy MySpace page, I think, is still live.
It's hard to. I can't even figure that place out anymore. I don't even know what to
It.
click on. So
I
I
can't
just leave it.
either.
I leave MySpace alone.
Because my old Dub T one is still up, but it only kind of works. I was going through trying to find some stuff and some pictures and things, and I passed through there, and And I was like, this MySpace page is still there.
Good old MySpace. I think
Yeah,
mine is
man.
still. I mean, I don't know how it. I don't know what else it would be doing, or if it would have been taken down at all. But definitely, yeah. I'm gonna relook at some of the emails you've sent me. I feel like that ill gravy is still in there, and I'm gonna
It probably is.
whenever I'll send it out in an email blast whenever this podcast is up. We'll make it
Oh, send the album out
give
in a
everybody
blast.
the full play. Send the album out with the
Oh, cool.
podcast, yeah,
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
podcast link when it's up,
Oh,
so if
cool.
everybody
Yeah,
can
yeah.
get a full representation of where you fit into my world, man. You're
The
part of the Ryan era
dude,
of Quiet
in
Edition, the Dub T
uh,
era.
when things were when you were with this insane man who drug you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Who worked
I
me into this music person?
I feel like I had to trick you into playing our first actual show.
I don't remember being deceived or tricked.
the
I just feel like you. I do feel like there was manipulation there.
Yeah, it
I feel
was.
like I think you used my words against me or something. Where I said I wanted to be a DJ, and was like, "Here's a gig where you can be a DJ," and like I had said it out loud, I think, to some people. And so if I didn't do it, it was like I was lying to myself or something. I feel like it was something like that. Um,
And
and so yeah, it's
because
funny.
it was at the skate park. Because I actually, before I moved to Los Angeles, I actually found a VHS recording of it.
Really?
Yeah, it's at my parents' house somewhere.
Oh,
But yeah,
gotta see it.
I actually
I
found a live recording of that at the skate park, and I was just like, oh yeah, because you weren't really wanting to perform, and I was like, but I already booked it.
Yeah, I was not. I was not.
We have an album.
That just not. Yeah, it was. It was like that. I just remember not like that's not what I do. Like this is so weird. Like, because I had been DJing for a few years before that, but not like I was playing like radio. Like I was doing like homecomings and Sadie Hawkins dance stuff before that.
Yeah.
So it was just really, I didn't get it. And I had never seen a live DJ perform like original music before.
It
So
was, and I was
it was
approaching
all weird.
I was
Everything was
approaching
weird.
it from the punk rock, heavy metal aspect because I was in like rock bands and stuff growing up in high school, which was kind of well, that's a side note I'll go into kind of later. And so that's how I was looking at it: is that we were two dudes in a band together, putting on a live show, playing
Yeah,
music.
that was so weird to me. I never
And
saw a show like in high school. Like I just didn't do any of that. I was not
yeah,
one of the cool kids.
I was obsessed with being a musician in high school, and so like I would book shows, because I was always playing in bands, trying to make it, get noticed,
Yeah.
get that record deal.
Oh yeah.
Which kind of in hindsight, I'm glad never. I don't think I would have been happy. Uh,
Yeah, you escaped. You made it.
and so which because I remember when we first started, we were like, all right, well, how do we make hip hop beats? And like, because I do remember us going through there, and I was like, I mean, it's like samples and loops, right? And so I was like, I can play guitar.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so all of our first album was done with guitar and bass loops that I played, and we chopped together. So we basically used our own samples from live instrument stuff. Had Marcus, shout out to Marcus, come in and play drums. I had him play a bunch of little drum loops for us. And
I'm pretty. Just looking back, I am surprised at what we were able to pull off with basically no, with basically no instruction.
No, I
we
know.
were just doing it, and
I'm
I feel pretty good about it
I'm
looking back.
actually I'm really proud of it. Actually, like I think we made like especially for like a first album for a first time producer. You know, the I think it's awesome. Um, I still play it every once in a while. I'll be like, you know
Yeah,
what? I'm gonna throw on some Ill Gravy, and it's you know mistakes and all. Like there's a couple weird words I say. And I think I call it acapello.
acapella.
Yeah, I didn't
I
catch it.
remember I sent you some other beats that you ended up like doing stuff with. And I
Oh
remember
yeah, they're on the drum
they're on
beats.
some other
I mi-
project of yours.
yeah,
I
I
gotta hear
used
those again.
a lot of it's all on the Beautiful Mind album that I have.
That's right. That's right.
It's on YouTube and Bandcamp. You can stream on both.
I will make sure everyone hears those as well. I gotta
Yeah,
re-listen.
there's a few couple of your drum beats in there that I sample up. There's one of the songs where I use your drum beats. I mix it in with a couple of other drum patterns. Then it sounds really cool. Like it goes back and forth between
I've
some.
just been sleeping, or I've it's been a lot. It's been a while since I've listened to a lot of the hip hop from
Well,
that time.
yeah, I mean that came out in like 2008, 2009
Ah,
era. I did those like albums and then I quit, kind of.
yeah.
It was super weird.
I think about quitting a lot, and then I can't do
Well,
it.
I can't like I still keep writing songs. My friend John and I, with that I do the Religious Detox podcast with, he came in and DJ'd after you moved for me. That's how we actually met. We've been working on music together. We've got the rough draft of 4 songs done
Nice.
so far. It's
What is what is this religious detox podcast?
Yeah, I have a podcast about called Religious Detox with my friend John. We are no longer believers, and it's just sort of a kind of talking through a lot of the emotions and feelings of leaving the church, and still trying to be respectful of uh, our religious past, because it was everything, but still trying to respect some of it, work through what we no longer believe, find out what we actually do think. We talk about music a lot, actually.
Music is such a big part of your belief system. You ever
Yeah,
realize that?
yeah,
Like we get a lot of our ideas from music and from like there's a lot of I was just thinking about rappers and how a lot of ideas we get on how to deal with people or how to treat women or how to handle your business or how to whatever or come from rap lyrics or how come from what people say in a song, and like that
yeah.
becomes like your ethos. um I that is such a big, like, music is so um I don't know what the word is. It's not educational, but it's just a big part of how you
In some way, it is
develop
educational.
your personal style. I mean, I feel like it's more than that. Like it's both educational and there's another word, but just
Yeah,
formative. I think
right.
as you listen to it, it really helps like shape and mold how you're gonna see the world. You know what I mean? And
It yeah
that's why
it
it's so.
and there's a level of emotion that it connects with while it's relaying the information to you, and yeah,
Yeah.
like that's why it's important um, to I don't know really listen to what you're listening to, um, because I have a hard time with pop music, uh, with a lot of pop music, but Yeah, listen. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, the yeah, it's on so many like different levels, and like I understand people that can listen to music just for the beat, or they'll listen to music just for the lyrics, or but I listen to it for both. You know, like I like to know what they are saying. How are they saying it? Like, how is the melody portrayed? You know, what all is
You know what, some things stick and some things don't. It's just like if you eat a bad piece of food, like yeah, you ate the food, you don't have to eat it again if it was bad, and then you store information like, oh, that was bad, I don't want that again. And it's not like, oh, I'm gonna keep eating it or whatever. And I think there's garbage in every genre, not just pop music. And so
oh right,
I don't I don't hate on pop music just because, oh well, this is pop, so it's gonna be garbage, and listen to like this. They're not saying anything, because sometimes there is something to be said, and it just depends on. It's up to us. Maybe in the formative years, like I was talking about, maybe it's harder for us to do it. I think it's important to just have a discerning ear with what you're listening to necessarily, even if it's bad. I don't want to like limit. For instance, I still love U2 from like the 80s, and then
okay,
also U2 from like the 2000s era, like when they came back or whatever. I hear those songs and I just think, oh man, this is still really great. I don't know what they're saying. I don't understand like everything they're talking about. It's just like you feel there's a lot of times it's what they're saying and also the emotion or the nostalgia that's associated with the songs too is just as important.
yeah,
Which is why I think having your songs in a movie like we were talking about earlier is like such a big like dream of people to get your song to be a part of just a
right.
big moment in someone's life. I don't know. I've been thinking about that a lot lately too. So working at
I've
this bar, I just hear a lot of nostalgic music like that. Are they mowing their lawn at night? What are they doing
is
over
it cutting down? Are they
there?
cutting down a tree?
What
The
is that? What is that? Okay. Okay.
yeah, there's somebody's riding a dirt bike. Like
Something.
one group that I do like, I guess they are kind of pop now. That I've been hearing a lot, in movies and TV shows. I get kind of excited is Run the Jewels.
Oh yeah.
Like they were even in an episode of Superman and Lois, like a couple weeks back.
Superman and Lois.
Yeah,
That's a show. Is that a
yeah, it's actually really good. The
animated?
no, it's a live action CW show. The
Superman and Lois.
yeah, it is surprisingly good.
Okay. Man, it's going to be hard to top. I think small. I think the reason I don't like a lot of um, DC movies that deal with Superman and all that stuff is because Smallville really told the Superman story so perfectly to me. Like
Yeah,
like they really nailed it, and so I can't get into any more Superman. And before that, I was watching like Lois and Clark with freaking Terry Hatcher and Dean Cain. You remember that
yeah,
show?
oh yeah,
I
it's
didn't
so
really.
good.
I'm kind of over any more Superman stuff.
it
But I have to check
it's
it out now
check
that I
out
know it exists. Superman
give
and
the
Lois.
give at least the first episode a
Wow.
shot. It's
Okay. I'll watch the
Superman and
pilot.
Lois and their two teenage sons. So it's a family show,
Okay.
like, and so it's a completely different. It's way past Smallville. It's past Lois and Clark, even in their age. Because they're already married and they have teenage children.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll
And
check it out.
yeah,
Who knew? I didn't know that.
I was surprised because I wasn't a huge fan of Tyler Hoechlin in Supergirl, or like, I mean, he didn't bother me, but like I wasn't excited about him being Superman. I was like,
I
okay,
don't even
whatever.
know. I don't even know who that is.
Oh, he's the actor that plays Superman, Clark Kent.
Oh,
He played him on the Supergirl show and all the other DC TV show crossover stuff on the CW.
okay.
And so, but yeah, it's give it a shot. It's not bad actually. The especially for a CW show. The
We'll keep that one in mind. I had no idea. I'm currently, every time I watch TV right now, I'm feeling guilty, like I need to work on music. But since the flooding happened over here, I'm not really set up. But so I started
how
watching
how is that, by the way?
the flooding.
Yeah, yeah. You
Um, I live in a downstairs apartment and everything flooded. I was able to save all the electronic stuff, but
That's good.
because of the flooding and everything, we've had dehumidifiers and fans running down there for a couple weeks now, and we just added a second dehumidifier, and so everything is still kind of in disarray. And I haven't set up I had like a music and studio room down there with all my gear and everything. I had like my streaming station, and so I have not been able to set up yet and just see how everything's working. But
Yeah,
there hasn't been another. There's been rain since then, but there hasn't been any flooding since then.
and hopefully that's not going to be a recurring problem.
Yeah, I hope not. I've been living at this house since December, and this was the first huge storm we've had. I think it was just the sump pump underneath was just
Over.
too
Okay.
much. Yeah, it's too much in there for it to pump out. Um, and we'll see. I don't expect anything to happen in the coming months with the summer coming, but we'll see.
Yeah,
Um,
hopefully you can at least set back up again soon. Because I'd noticed you were starting to stream on Twitch a lot more lately.
yeah, it was just when I just started getting in the hang of streaming on Twitch. I made affiliate, and I was gonna start doing like every Friday, and then maybe
Yeah,
add another day or something. And this just kind of
I kept seeing the notifications, and I was like, "Ah, damn, I'm not near. I can't watch right now." And so,
yeah. I wasn't able to keep it going, but at some point, hopefully in this week or the next week, I can set back up. And because the problem, like because I'm upstairs right now, the problem is there's this huge fan going on downstairs. I can't really hear anything down there.
okay,
And so that's why I was like, not even with the headphones, it's just like, oh, there's this buzzing going on at all times. Um, so hopefully I'll be back up and running.
the
Into because I have a record that's almost done too.
oh,
Like
that's awesome. I
I've
was
been
going
like working
to
on it, and it's like I've had like a lot of momentum built with Twitch and doing this record and a lot of stuff. So
that's what I was going to ask, because you had said you'd feel guilty for not working on music, and so that I was like, okay, I need to ask him what he's working on. So you do have something set up where you can actually at least still work on some music, even though.
yeah, what I found over the years is that if I can't just sit down and like press a button and start working on it, that I won't do it. If I have to like set up and like do it,
Right.
like figure everything out and hook everything up just to work on music,
It makes it
it,
harder.
I never get to it. And so like I had a nice little section, like a station where I was making it happen. But yes, I am working on it. I guess if I just had to, I could set up a little mini something to just do like stuff I could do just on the
Yeah.
laptop
Like set up
without
your
any.
little interface and get some headphones on,
Yeah, I could do
bang it
that,
out.
but it just wouldn't be the same, or it
I
would, I
get
don't
it.
know. It takes a lot to get
Oh,
over all the psychological hurdles that it takes to
oh,
get yourself.
I get it. I am the same way. It was really very hard. I didn't start really working on new stuff again for anything until I moved out here to the apartment I'm in now, and I was able to actually Like I have my desk set up with my laptop. I got my like interface right there. Like my
Yeah.
drums are behind
Yeah.
me. Like it. Like when I want to plug my guitar in, I just go grab it out of the closet. Like I can
Yeah.
pop on. I actually use Fruity Loops on my phone and tablet to make the structure for beats. First, I don't know if you're familiar with Fruity Loops Mobile, but you know,
You told me about it before. I'm gonna
it's
download it right
dude.
now. Actually.
They've got this great 808 plugin that it costs like $2 extra, but oh man, I'm kind of obsessed with it because you get to manipulate the 808s, like the 808 kicks, like a keyboard, and so I've just been totally manipulating, like, you know,
Oh, I see it. I see the app for. Oh, that is a pricey app, but
it's like 15
why not?
bucks, I think.
Yeah.
It's it's so easy. It's so much easier to actually make beats, like to do the outline and the skeleton of it on your phone.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
I just got it.
And
See
you
what it
can pass
is.
the files back and forth between Fruity Loops on your computer and on your phone,
Oh, nice. Well,
which is really cool. So it
all
can,
right.
so you can actually work on your music like kind of on the go and sort of, you know, if you need to
Well,
mix some,
we're gonna
it's
see. I got
technology,
it
man.
now. Less
Technology is crazy.
excuses. Yeah.
Yeah, because you were you've used Fruity Loops, on and off, right, back in the day, making beats.
Every track I've ever released, still I started in Fruity Loops
Okay,
still,
cool.
and then like I started using Ableton, um, later. Like I guess I haven't really released any Ableton only projects. Like I still like there's a certain
Right.
sound. I
Well,
know the sound is the same. Like there is no like FL Studio sound, but there's certain plugins or there's certain things I know I can do in Fruity Loops that I haven't figured
yeah,
out how to do in Ableton. So like I
and
still will go to Fruity Loops and like make a bass line. Like I still make Fruity Loops bass lines still.
yeah.
Um,
Well, they
and
have
like
good sample sounds. Like, to
yeah,
be completely honest, Fruity Loop has finally caught up with the technology. Like what they're trying to do has finally caught up with the technology, and their sounds have gotten much better. The ability to manipulate those sounds have gotten much better. Um, like there are several, professional songs like I'll be listening, to that'll come up through on Pandora, and I'll be like, oh shit, that's they have that synth on Fruity Loops.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
I've heard that, and
My main, nobody has like called me on it yet, but my main synth pad ambient sound is on Fruity Loops, and
yeah,
I've used it in every song because it's just like, oh, that's that's it. That's the Tangerine Dream, synth sound that no
that
one
you
else in the world uses but me. I'm waiting on someone to be like, hey, I know that's in Fruity Loops. I'm like, no one's done it yet.
it's a good sound for you. Like, cause you were. I remember because I was around when you were doing some of the final editings for Machismo, and I remember kind of pulling some of that up in FL Studios. Cause I have a song on there, Audition. That's a
Yeah, I made that whole album. That I didn't know that was before Ableton. I made that whole thing in Fruity Loops, minus whatever the MCs recorded and sent me. So yeah, you got the song Audition on there, and you're also on Blog Worthy. So
Yup.
thank you for that contribution.
You're welcome. No, I'm glad to do it. The yep, Machismo.
Yes. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
gotta
The
represent
shirt.
the.
So I'm sorry you had to pay for your shirt that
No,
you
I wanted
decided.
no, dude. I wanted to I was. That was kind of the point. That's why I didn't tell
the
you I
that
bought
shirt.
this shirt because I just wanted to support you. You know, the
Well, thank you. That shirt does not exist anywhere in the world. except for on your body right now because
Okay.
you
I'm
have
the
the
only
only
one.
copy.
I'm the only one that
Uh,
scooped one up. Get one. This shirt is fire. It's
Had I not just bought the app that I just bought, the Fruity Loops app, I'll have to wait till payday to get
in the
another. But I do need my own copy. It does look good. I was trying to pick the
it's
color.
yeah.
Yeah, it works out. Look at that. Look at that. I like it.
It
Yes.
yeah, look, because when it was helping me to like, because I was pulling up old files and I was like, oh man, I really need to test out Adobe because I'm trying to learn how to get light, like to paint with light and all of this stuff, and I'd always wanted to actually do the color for this album, like because that always bothered me that I was so inexperienced with digital art and everything that I couldn't do anything more than just draw it, and so I was like, I want to color it and do what I would have done coloring it. And so, yeah, so when I got to do that, I was, like, hey, man, free design,
Man.
free
Well,
design,
thank you.
put it on stuff.
What a I
The
have to figure out. I'll have to. I mean, I guess what's done is done, but yeah, you'll have to. We'll have to do another thing at some point and see
Cool.
how you're feeling about that.
Yeah, I'm down.
Definitely the Twitch stuff because I'm my like you said the overlays. My overlay Twitch game is pretty weak. You have
Uh,
such a nice
yeah, dude, let me know.
podcast overlay here. I have to just
Oh yeah, man.
yeah
We'll talk after this, and I'll get you.
yeah no
Yeah,
no problem.
we'll talk after this. I'll make you some overlays because I made a kind of a fun one to use for Trash Can Conductor Productions when I do live art streams to draw over on Twitch. Um, so there's some cool stuff that we can do because you have the green screen, so we can
Well, I had a nice green screen setup. I
yeah.
gotta who knows my Twitch. I started getting more viewers when I took the green screen down. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
starting to I'm trying to rethink. Well, I'm trying to rethink. I because I have it. I want to still do stuff with it. I just don't know what stuff I want to do um, with it. Like I hate having it and not
And
like everyone
not
was like, oh yeah, green screen was cool, but it was. Yeah, I feel like better. Like this seems more natural and real or whatever. Like oh well, I guess
yeah.
so. I guess you're right. But I'll figure it out at some point.
There might be some cool stuff that you can do, like for a camera, like have it to the side. When you switch camera angles, like have the green screen camera angle.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's a special occasion type of
Right.
bigger show with like there's going to be different types of streams or different types of shows and it'll be like something for that I think, but I don't know. I'm still, again, there's just been so much going on. I haven't had it.
Well,
Every time I
I
sit down to think, oh, this will be a good idea, then something happens, like or whatever, or I'll lose my job or whatever. And
yeah.
it's like, oh, now I got to think about this. So
It
for sure.
it mean I don't know. It means you're supposed to be doing it. You got to push harder. That's what I've found for
Um,
me when those things happen. It's like it. So keep going, man. Keep doing it. Because speaking of live performances and pulling it off and doing something different, the live Zoom show that you did with the Quiet Entertainer Orchestra not long ago,
oh yeah.
that was great.
Uh,
Um, I watched it.
thanks for watching that.
Yeah, watched it, retweeted it, or
Um,
reposted it. No, it's a great performance, man. The great idea.
that is my favorite thing I've ever done as a quiet entertainer by far. And
Nice. Talk
just
me through your process of starting it.
um Well, I had done a video. Well, when everything shut down, first I did the first thing I did was I did a video of playing the Machismo song with the Guitar Hero controller,
I remember
and
that. That
all
is cool.
that. And I just that was my biggest success I had done to up till then. It seemed like, and everyone was starting to live stream and do shows, and I thought about how could we pull off a live stream with the band, because I was going to do a video same style of the Machismo video, but I wanted to do it with the band,
Mhm.
and they were not comfortable being in the same room with everybody because of COVID.
Okay. Yeah.
And I couldn't think. I was just like, well, how? Like, is there a way to stream it from separate locations? And I just thought it was going to be too expensive or too something. I just had a real limiting belief about just what was possible. I was just like, well, just there's just no way to do this. I'm just going to focus more on my own thing. And then it was Jars of Clay, actually. I
Okay.
guess this will be my
That's a
only
name I
time
haven't heard in
telling.
a while.
I'm going to tell this on wax here. So Jars of Clay streamed a concert,
Okay.
and they had put on their Instagram. The only reason I know about this, I just happened to someone that I'm Facebook friends with was watching it and had shared it, and I just clicked over and saw it. And basically, what they had done, they polled their fans like, we're going to play an album from start to finish, live on stream or whatever. Which album should we do? And they voted on an album, and then so they did it. And when I watched
That's
it,
cool.
it looked like they were in different rooms, and I was just like, are they in the same building but they're in different rooms in the same building? Like, how are they doing this? And it sounded super clean. It was perfect. I was just like, this is amazing. Like, how are they? And I thought about it like day and night for a couple of weeks, just like, how did they do that? They were like in different rooms, and I just thought they had to have. And I just realized like it couldn't have been live, because knowing what I know about OBS now, it was just like they had to have, I just was thinking all this stuff, like they had to have recorded it. They had, because I remember watching, they had a commercial in between one of the songs. They like flipped to I was just like, they had to have figured this out. So I thought about like, what if I did that? Like, what if we, as the band, did that? And just knowing from, because I took that course in Ableton Live, the transmute. I don't know if you've heard me or
Yeah.
seen me
Yeah. Yeah.
talk about transmute.
I don't.
So Laura
She did one of
Escude does
your
the
coffee
Transmute Academy.
things. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yeah. I remember
yes.
seeing that post about
So
the.
she has a course. Yeah, that really helped me a lot get my head around Ableton Live and how to do different types of performances.
Yeah.
And so using that idea, I set up the show like a show I would have done. I'd like set it up as like one long track. This is the secret sauce. I mean, I don't know if I'm supposed to say all this.
You don't have to go into that much
But
detail.
basically,
you can keep an air of mystery.
keep the mystique.
Keep a little mystique. I pulled it off with magic.
That's a good idea. But basically, we got everyone on the same page to do just I wanted it to feel like a show, but I also wanted it to feel like a Zoom call that people
Right.
are just watching. And so we did it, and then we had this recording that I wanted everyone to watch. We streamed, so I like made a flyer like I was gonna do like I would have for any show. Like I had a flyer made, and I streamed it on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and Twitch.
Mhm.
And I had technical difficulties the night of the show on Facebook, but everywhere else was super clean. And then I had this recording, and so we made a DVD out of it. And so now I'm selling the DVD and the CD, and it's my favorite piece of merch that I've ever been a part of, because I mixed the show. I like musical directed the show. We did the performance. Everyone sounds great. Like all the band members sound great.
Yeah.
I got visuals. I got the visuals going. It's a DVD. It's my first DVD. I'd always wanted a DVD since Macrosick was a
Okay.
band and was selling
Yeah.
DVDs. And so it was perfect. And yeah, right now you can get the CD of the album for free if you go to quietentertainer.com/LFH for Live From Home. And I'm giving that out
I will
to
give
whoever wants
you.
it.
I want to get. I'll have you give me a bunch of links, and I'll put it in the description before I put
Oh,
this up.
we will. Yeah, that I'm just typing it in the chat here for you. But yeah, man, that is how you can get that CD. And
Nice.
that's the big thing I'm promoting right now. But it's also a DVD. So I'm excited about it. And it came together just better than I could have possibly hoped.
It.
All those musicians are in other bands and they're all doing their own thing. But
I've
for that
checked
project,
out the lady who plays violin. I've checked out some of her live streams on Twitch. She has some fun ones. Like, well, she'll.
she is a Twitch powerhouse.
Yeah.
She was streaming before the pandemic, you know. So she's just
Yeah.
been building it for a long time, and now she's the most famous person I know. It seems like that I know, like personally. She's got like 10,000, eleven
Yeah.
thousand
I'm like,
followers and subscribers. It's crazy, but it's
it's.
well deserved, and
It
that's
is
all I'll
like
say.
Mers will have like 100 people in his room watching him rap, and then she'll have like 3,000
Yeah,
like
it
watch her
is.
play by. And I'm like,
It's
Mers,
crazy.
Mers is right there. You can type
Yeah.
words to him, and he like, it's
Yeah, does he talk back to you? Does he
yeah,
say anything? Oh, okay, that's
yeah.
cool.
It's like dude. It's like I've gotten him to laugh a couple times at the which I've like felt pretty good. Yeah, I've actually got to meet him a couple years back. He was doing the Felipe's Garage podcast with Cookbook, and you know Cookbook from LA Symphony.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
of
Cool. Cool.
course.
The and so he was, and they had a Christmas party a few years back, and where all of the mechanics, the podcast fans, where we could all go hang out with them. They did real low key sets, like Merce, Cookbook. They both performed their sets. Pigeon John was there hanging out with us, and he did a set also. It was super cool. Merce he's a really nice guy.
Yeah, I've never met him. I've seen him across the room from the distance
He
after a
he's
show. He came here,
he's
but
a really good dude. Um, and but yeah, so yeah, if you go check out his live stream, he freestyles, gets to everything. Like he's really good. I kind of want to warm up my freestyle skills and give it a go sometime. If I ever actually get fans like enough to actually warrant watching me on live stream, I may freestyle words on the internet.
yeah, what a great skill to have. Live performance on stream it's becoming like if you're boring at all, like
Yeah.
if you're at all like unentertaining in any way, it's just like it's more important
Yep.
now than ever to like really get a handle on it. I had a comment today on that video on that Zoom stream because I have the first song up on Facebook, and somebody commented
Yeah.
today said I was boring, and
What?
I just thought like, wow, well, I guess there are
That's not
things it
their.
could be more exciting. There are ways it could be more exciting. I just thought, yeah, it's more highlighted. If you were in a room and saw us play like live in the same room, like there's just no way you would think that. But because it's on
Right.
a screen and there's so many other stimulus all around you that like you have to be entertaining. I've seen guys freestyle comments. Free Daps is a Twitch stream I follow. They freestyle
Oh,
anything you
nice.
type in chat, and it's if anything you miss or anything that if they were to fall off for a moment, is there's like so many Twitch streams I could just click over to. And so
Right.
it's just like you've got to keep attention. Like it's so important. People's attention is the
It's
currency now.
That's one of the things I have trouble with when I'm actually on Twitch. Like, I don't really just get on Twitch anymore because I just find myself constantly channel hopping. And so I usually wait until there's someone I know that's like on there live or whatever, and then I'll go hop on and check it out or maybe watch it later or
Yeah.
something. But yeah, because there's, so many options. Um, and so, yeah, let's. Plug your the speaking of live performance, I just went brain dead for a second. That was very embarrassing. The it's just like my
Okay.
brain was like, nope, no further, bro. We're stopping. No logical sense. I was I was trying to smoothly transition into plugging the Quiet Entertainer Orchestra again.
Yeah. So
the
Quiet Entertainer Orchestra is the live band version of my DJ project. I have some great musicians in the band, and our main offering into the world is the live from home performance that we recorded at the end of last year during the pandemic. It's a great representation of just what my songs would sound like without like sampling and with live musicians playing it. You can go to quietentertainer.com/LFH, which stands for live from home, and you can get the free CD. All you have to do is pay shipping, and I will send that over to you wherever you are in the world. Um, and I'm excited to do it. So please check that out.
Yeah,
Uh,
and you can. Is the performance still live on YouTube?
no, on
Okay.
YouTube, I still have I put the cover song up. We covered Boards of Canada in the performance, and
Okay.
I still have that song up. And I think I'm gonna put the first song up that's on Facebook that you can watch. But I had the full performance up on YouTube. It's no
Right.
longer there,
Okay.
so
Okay.
you
Because
gotta.
I remember, in addition to just seeing it live, actually, the performance is great. Guys, like, I'm not just saying that. Like, I actually went back and watched it again on YouTube, like,
Oh man, thank you.
after the
Yeah,
fact. So
I figured nobody would want to get this DVD. I'm really proud of the DVD too. It has like a menu and all this other stuff. I was just like, I can't believe we have a DVD. There's a Quiet Entertainer DVD.
that's awesome, man.
But yeah, I took it down so
So
you can
people would
just watch
want
it.
the DVD.
Yeah,
Get the
just
DVD,
yeah.
guys.
I have a DVD, and it's maybe nobody buys physical media anymore, but I think you should just pop it. And I guess computers don't have DVD trays anymore. I just found out,
Nope.
but mine still do. I still use old laptops and so on. So we'll
The
get there.
get
We'll make it happen.
right. Get the DVD.
Yes, please.
Get the DVD, guys.
There's an option on that page if you want the DVD instead of just the free CD. You can do that. Just
Cool.
pick that. But otherwise, yeah, that's where you can go to get that. Please. Quietentertainer.com/LFH to get the live from home.
The live from home. Awesome. Thanks, man. Greg, I really appreciate you coming on. I I would love to have you back on soon. As soon as you're ready, especially once you get Twitch back up and running again. Definitely come back so that way we can start promoting your live streams.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Um,
Hey, thank you, man. I'm glad you have 2 or 3 podcasts and
too
Twitch
many.
streams going, and I'm glad to play even a small part in that. And I hope
uh,
you're having fun with OBS and whatever you might be using to make it happen. Looks like you're crushing it.
Yes, I am. Thank you. And yeah, you are actually a huge help in helping me get kind of started with some of this to try and figure out what to do. Because yeah, you are the only other person I know that really live streams, and so I thank you for that, dude. And yeah, check out Quiet Entertainer, guys. Greg, thank you so much for coming on, man. I appreciate it, and we will do it again.
Absolutely. Take care, brother.
Take care.